Hey, Scorpio, intuitive soul coach here with your end of the year bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. Today we'll dive into the collective energy of Scorpio and take a look at how you are ending the 2022 year. So please do take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or even entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, so Scorpio, today again, we'll dive into the overall energy for the end of 2022. We'll take a look at what you are leaving behind, what it is that you are releasing. We'll take a look at what you're bringing into the new year. We'll see how you've grown over the last 12 months, as well as action steps that you can take to continue moving forward on your soul's journey. And then lastly, we'll get messages from your spiritual team. Now, Scorpio, we have Virgo energy, Aquarius, and Taurus. So you may have these placements in your chart. You may be dealing with others that have these placements in their chart, or you are just embodying the overall energy. Now, what we have here with this Virgo energy is attend to the details. So it is a very important time for you to reevaluate and assess what has been working in your life, what can be eliminated, released, or let go of in order for you to bring in a new energy into 2023. So attend to the details. Some of you are creating maybe a vision board, a goal list. You may be telling yourself, maybe you want to start working out, or you want to cut out sugars or caffeine or alcohol or tobacco. Others of you are tending to the details within your career, within your business sector, and you're saying this has worked, this hasn't. I'm getting the word here, masterminds. So some of you may be joining maybe a mastermind class, you may be creating one, or you may benefit into 2023 as you kind of come together, or you may be bringing in like-minded individuals and you're kind of coming together to create something wonderful. It wouldn't surprise me to see maybe the Three of Pentacles showing up, or even the Three of Cups showing up in your reading, or even that Three of Wands. But this is about attending to the details so you can feel like you are moving forward, so you can feel like you're able to take that next step into the new year. Some of you're actually building up, I feel, your finances as well. For others of you, you may be moving in 2023. You may be relocating as well. But I feel that you're taking a look at your own health, body, physical, mental, emotional as well. But there's a lot going on for you this month. But I feel that it's almost an overwhelming energy of having these options, having opportunities. It's about you being optimistic, but some of you are feeling a little bit, I don't want to say spoiled for choice, but you know that there are choices and decisions that you can make for yourself. And I feel like there's a lot of positive new opportunities coming in for you. This Aquarius energy, Scorpio, is about being real, being authentic with yourself, being honest with yourself. What is it that you want to release and let go of? What have you been hanging on to for quite some time, whether it's the last 12 months or, excuse me, whether it's been trauma or pain that you've been hanging on to since childhood or from relationships prior. This is about you being real with what you need to do to finally once and for all let something go. And that's what this collective energy in December is all about, is finally releasing. And some of you may be experiencing physical symptoms, whether you are experiencing pain, whether you're experiencing strong, deep emotions. For others of you, you may be experiencing some sort of illness, dis-ease, or trauma that is coming up for your body to be felt, for you to feel these emotions so you don't have to suppress them in the body any longer, so they can come out and be released. And that's what you are doing right now. So you're shining light on all the areas of your life that may have been hidden, that may have been suppressed or trapped within the body. You're getting real. And this reminds me of the Seven of Swords. You may have had to do what you've done in the past as you were having this human experience to to feed your family, to self-preserve. You may have had to work in a specific environment that you felt that you were trapped to or tied to. You may have had to endure some sort of challenges with finances, with love, with health, because you had to overcome some of these challenges to have this human experience. But what's happening is we're opening ourselves up to a higher consciousness, a higher collective energy. And that allows us to have access to our 7th, 8th, and 9th chakras, which connect us to our higher selves. Our higher selves, Scorpio, have and hold our blueprints of why we came down here on earth, what our soul's journey was, what human experiences we wanted to have. And so it's very important to release control. This Taurus energy says some of us may be really trying to control our environment. We may be trying to control a certain situation or a relationship, but it's time to release control. It's time to surrender. And a lot of people get nervous when they hear the word surrender because they think that surrender leads to failure, or surrender is about being vulnerable, and vulnerability can be hurt. Surrendering is about not going against the grain. It's like trying to paddle upriver. That's trying to control the situation, is paddling upriver, when really if we surrender, we go with the flow and things are a lot smoother. Things start to fall into place. We start to manifest more quickly. We drop relationships, situations, patterns, limiting beliefs that no longer serve us. We align our energy with that higher frequency where we don't need to necessarily feel in control. That's what you are leaving behind. So you can still control the way that you feel things, the way that you experience things, but anything outside of your own frequency, your own energy cannot be controlled. It can be manipulated at times, it can be coerced, but ultimately that's not why we have this human experience. It's to go with the flow and to not dictate, control, change, manipulate. And you may find that certain people or certain governing agencies or certain levels of authority try to hold you in place. But remember, you have the power, you have the free will to change your situation. Now, all of these ends of the year readings, Scorpio, have been very, very deep. Some of you may have a hard time resonating with the things that are being said, but Spirit is saying this is the time to really teach, learn about this new age, this new energy, because we're raising our vibrations. We are raising the consciousness here on earth, which is a very powerful, beautiful thing. And a lot of you may feel that things are crumbling, that there are certain dynamics that that are going in a bad direction, but really we are leveling up as a humanity, and it's a very beautiful thing to partake in, and you will partake. Spirit is giving all of us a gentle nudge if we feel stuck, nudging us to move forward here. So let's take a look, and I will tell you here, every single reading has received tons of major arcana, so you are feeling that change. Some of the physical symptoms can be ears ringing. Some of the physical symptoms can be feeling the frequencies and the vibrations of going from this 3D to the 4D to the 5D. You're raising your experiences and your consciousness. Therefore, you have access to your higher self and your guides. Some of you are connecting. And right off the bat here, you have the major arcana, awakening, judgment. This is about you blossoming. This is about a rite of passage, which is what we've been talking about here. It is about your calling, you being able to access that knowing. And a lot of times we come into this earthly plane having spiritual amnesia. We forget what our knowing is or what our calling is. And what you're doing now is you are releasing the lower vibrations to really be able to access those higher gifts and skills and talents and higher self, and access why you've come here on earth. You may find a lot of times people say, well, there's a missing piece. What else is there in my life? What else am I supposed to be doing? There's something that's missing. A lot of you in 2023 are going to find that missing piece that's been within you all along, but that spiritual amnesia may have blocked you from seeing what your gifts were, what your soul's purpose. You've been living it all along. The point of being here on earth is to have these human experiences. So you have been living out your blueprint, but you're having a remembering, a knowing. And once you remember and know why you came here, that's when the game changes, Scorpio. That's when you blossom. Now, this is about a reckoning. This is about a redemption. This is about an awakening that's happening within you. You are being called to release judgments, release hypocrisy, release the negative frequencies or the lower frequencies that hold us back. And whatever has been going on in 2022, I feel like you are taking a look at it from a higher perspective as you enter 2023. And you're saying, how did this experience help me grow or help me evolve? Or how did that experience that I endured, how was I able to fully participate in that human experience and feel all of it? And that's why a lot of you are feeling the physical energies this year, especially this month for a lot of you. So very beautiful. So that's where you're at this month. You are awakening. You're shedding light to all of the things that maybe you were unable to see in the past. You're shedding light on maybe the trauma, the illness, the dis-ease, addictions, relationships, careers that you felt stuck or held back in. It could be relationships, romantic. It could be with family members. You're seeing the roles that the people around you play in your life, in this game of life that we are down here having this human experience. And for others of you, you are releasing judgment upon others because you realize that they're having this experience just as you are, that no one is better or worse, that no one is void of having these human experiences. We all have them. But you're seeing it from a new perspective, Scorpio. So let's take a look and see. Oh, wow. I love it. You have the Sun card. This is beautiful. A major arcana. And like I'm saying here, if you've looked into your rising sign and your moon sign, I definitely recommend you taking a look at those readings. You don't have to for all of my readings, but I recommend diving in. The moon sign is that emotional part of yourself, your inner self, and that rising is really about you rising up into this energy, this frequency, using your gifts, skills, and talents. And some of you really hit that rising energy later on in life. And this is about you shining bright. Shining your light bright. Some of you are light workers. You've been put on this earth to help raise the vibration of humanity. For others of you, you just came here to have this experience, and that's okay too. There is no right or wrong. The term duality, right and wrong, light or dark, evil and good, all of that only exists here in this 3D realm, this earthly realm. Once you realize that you are a soul having a human experience, once you realize here that you are waking up to this higher calling within you, this is when your life changes. You realize that you don't have to struggle in certain areas of your life, that you don't have to continue feeling like you are paddling upriver. You're able to go with the flow, and you're able to take those challenges and those lessons or those experiences, and you're able to not let them take over the body and sit in the body to create dis-ease and illness, that you're able to feel them fully as a soul having a human experience. And that's the difference between 2022 and 2023, where we're able to let go of the buried energies because we're shedding light to them. And that's what you are doing. So very powerful. I love this. You're actually ahead of the game here, I would say, Scorpio. You're starting to feel this really beautiful shift early. Now, some of you may have felt it mid-year. You may have really went through some physical symptoms, ringing in the ears, pain, trauma, feelings, healing, emotion, sickness. Some of you are healing from maybe cancer. Another big thing Spirit has been showing me and guiding me to really let you all know that the labels that society, that human puts on certain people, whether it is ADHD, whether it is autism, whatever it is here that we have labeled. You are not your label. Okay, you are having that experience in this 3D human form. You are not that energy. So a lot of you may be wrapped up in I am this, and it may have stemmed from even childhood. I am not worthy. I am unlovable. I am not pretty. I am fat. I am unhealthy. Whatever it is for you. Scorpio, this is about you realizing that you're just having this experience. And once you shine light to that shadow, to that energy that you've been feeling, you're going to find that things start to melt away. Things start to slip away. Things that you shine light on break away that darkness. So very powerful energy coming up. You have the 19 and the 20 coming together. And I love that it's actually in this position. There's an awakening that's going to lead to you shedding light on all these things. Let's take a look and see what you're leaving behind. What are you leaving behind? Oh, I love it. A lot of you have been feeling alone. You've been feeling isolated. Maybe you work for yourself or you work from home. For others of you, you may be single, or maybe you're in a relationship where you feel alone in a relationship. That happens so often, so much more than we think it does. We stay in relationships, or we stay in a connection that's no longer growing. It's no longer thriving. And we just feel that negative energy bouncing off. We can't help but mirror. But what's happening now is you are letting go of that feeling of doing this thing alone. When you realize that you are a soul connected to all of these other souls that are having this human experience, you no longer feel alone. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have another experience where you feel pain, or where you feel lonely, or you feel hurt or betrayed, or any of those, but you're able to feel it quickly. You're able to release it more quickly. Okay, so we don't have to hang on to these things for 20 years, 40 years. We don't have to stay in situations for longer than their expiration date, right? We can have these human experiences and realize that we're just playing this game, right? And it's this game of life that we are here to really thrive, learn, grow, and experience. Some of you are calling, calling in your soul tribe in 2023. Some of you are calling in some soul mates, some karmic, some partnerships. I feel like some of you have already dealt with, it felt like a karmic relationship. And if so, that may be what you're releasing as well. This 5 of Pentacles can be about releasing an illness, financial struggles, something in the physical 3D earthly realm. Now, Pentacles represents finances, material gains. It can be your health, your body. It can be about overcoming loss, overcoming issues of dis-ease or illness. It's time to spread your wings. You have the 2 of Wands here. So what's happening is you're stepping out of this planning stage. You've attended to the details here. And the 2 of Wands is about planning. It is about getting ready to really spread your wings going into the new year. And it is a 2 as well, 2022. Now, you may be taking a look at decisions in your business or in your career. You may be taking a look at what is your vision for yourself? What is your passion? What are your projects? What are your goals? How can you expand your consciousness and experience more? Experience something new. That's what you are deciding to take into 2023. And what you're leaving behind is anything limiting you, anything that holds you back, whether it's a belief, whether it's a relationship, whether it's trauma. It's time for you to really heal and step into this new light. And I love that you can see here that not only do you have this light emanating from your heart chakra, you're seeing the compassion and you're feeling it for humanity, for other people that maybe you weren't able to see before. Now, spreading your wings is vital. This is something that you've been waiting. I feel a lot of you Scorpios waiting a lifetime to do. And now you're opening up and you are tuning in to those higher levels of frequency, which give you access to your higher self. So those of you that haven't had the clarity, you haven't had that perspective change, here's another major arcana that says you are changing the way you perceive your reality. When this shows up, this Hanged Man is about surrender. It is about releasing control, which we've talked about in the beginning, okay? And you have literally release control with this Taurus energy here. So when this Hanged Man shows up, this is what you are bringing into 2023. You're bringing in this new way of seeing, this new way of being, this new way of doing. You're not limited or held back by any of those restrictions or those traumas or those illnesses or those negative experiences that you've endured. You're not letting that define who you are and where you are going. You're taking it with you. You're remembering the experiences, but you're knowing that deep down that was a human experience that you chose prior to incarnating into this lifetime for you to just experience. Okay. And that's something that may blow you all out of the park, and it may not make sense at this time, but it will, because you will have more access. You will be able to feel your higher self, tune into the energies of the spiritual realm. A lot of you have already started to make this shift. And this Hanged Man energy is all about letting go of those restrictions. It is not a sacrifice to open yourself up to this new perspective. It may have felt like a sacrifice in the past because you've had to maybe felt like you've sacrificed so many things, but you're realizing there's no duality of sacrifice here. There is just a going with the flow. So I love that you have 3 major arcana showing up. Let's take a look and see here, Scorpio, how you have grown. How have you grown? Changing your focus. Oh my gosh, you can't make that up. We just talked about that. Change your focus. 5 of Cups, and we have the 3 of Swords. You've grown. You've healed. This is the 3 of Swords is about sadness and isolation, which you have here, feeling alone. Some of you have experienced some trauma, and it doesn't mean that your trauma didn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't have been through it or it was any less than anyone else. That's not at all what I'm saying. It just means that you've chosen to have some sort of human experience that caused sadness and isolation because you wanted to feel it on a 3D energy here on Earth. And that may not make sense. Some of you may be saying, well, Melissa, why would I choose to feel sadness? Why would I choose to feel pain? Because these are human emotions that we only get to experience here on this earthly plane. And it's something that we choose to come in and have this experience just to have it, right? To grow, to evolve. And what's happening is you're understanding that you don't have to feel isolated. Just as we talked about earlier, that what you shine light to really frees you. And you can see in this card, it's the perfect depiction of rolling up in that little ball at times, feeling like, what else? Why me? Instead of being in that victim energy, you're freeing yourself and you're saying, yes, me. Why not me? I want to feel alive. And sometimes the best way to feel alive is to have that human experience and feel every single emotion you can feel from it. And that's why we're shifting into this energy, so we can feel instead of numb, instead of suppress, instead of store trauma in the body. It's time for you to release, and you are. This is how you've learned. A lot of you have actually been doing some physical learning, whether it's through self-help, podcasts, YouTubes, online courses. Maybe you are the teacher as well, but you've learned here to change your focus. Instead of seeing that victim mentality, you're saying, this happened for me, not to me. This is me having an experience as a human because I'm a soul having this human experience. It's not the other way around. You're not a human that's come down to have this human experience and that's all there is, right? Pain and greed and manipulation and envy. Absolutely not. And this is something you are realizing. You're changing your focus here. You're allowing your space to grieve, because that's what humans do. We grieve, we go through the emotions, but you're not sitting in it like you may have in the past. You're not withering in it. You are not saying, poor, woe, me. You're saying, yes, me, I have what it takes. I'm rising above. I'm connecting to my soul purpose. I'm able to feel these experiences, but I will not let them hold me down. I will not let them create this density in my body and store it in my body where it lowers my vibration. No, you're freeing yourself from it. So this is powerful. Scorpio. Powerful. I love it. Let's take a look at action steps that you can take to continue moving forward on your journey into 2023. And I will be putting out yearly readings as well at the end of the month. You may want to check that out. All right, let's take a look and see what you can do to really help you move forward. I love this. You have the Six of Swords. This is the card of moving forward here. You have the Hermit, 9 here, Hermit, and you have the 9. Again, we talked about threes earlier, 3, 6, 9. You may be seeing that dynamic, that combination. You also have the 3 showing up here, 3 of Swords. So even though it's not the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Swords, or excuse me, 3 of Coins or the 3 of Cups, I feel like you are healing from the 3 of Swords, which is in turn going to bring in harmony in all of those other 3s that I spoke of. Harmony, advancement, union, birth, creation here. And then you have the 9 of Wands. So right away here, in order for you to continue moving forward, allow yourself to feel and experience the emotions. Don't suppress them. Don't numb them. Immediately, sometimes we as, having this human experience, we say, well, we need to immediately get rid of it. What do we need to do? How can we drink this away, eat this away, numb this away? How can we store it, not remember it, forget about it? No. That is not what we are designed to do. We are designed to have this experience and feel all of those feelings. So if you can allow yourself that, you're going to move forward. You're going to go with the flow. You're going to go with the river instead of feeling like you're constantly paddling against it. 6 of Swords is moving on to calmer waters. When you release, when you let go of that control, then you start to move forward here. And I love this for you. And you're realizing this. You're understanding this, Scorpio, on a deeper level. The Hermit energy is about going inward. I feel a lot of you do have this access quite readily. Remember, you have the Judgment and the Sun. Some of you are highly intuitive, highly empathic. You are light workers. For others of you, you are really tuning in to that higher self. Some of you may be doing more astral traveling. You may be doing this during your dream state. You may be guided to do more meditating. For others of you, this is about introspection, soul searching, gaining that self-knowledge. And what you're doing is you're coming up out of this lonely, rejected, withdrawn energy, and you are going inward and you're feeling that belonging and that connectedness. And some of you this year, a lot of you actually, are drawing in the soul tribe from the spiritual realm and the physical realm. And lastly, here we have the 9 of Wands. December is a really beautiful month for you to rest, reconsider, but you are coming really, really close to completing this cycle that you've been in. And I feel that you're going to realize that you are accomplishing some beautiful, beautiful things. You already have, and you will continue to do so, Scorpio. This is about service. It's about solitude, completion, accomplishing tasks here. But it's time to reconsider so you can gain that new perspective, so you can change your focus in order for you to spread your wings and be who you are meant to be, live the way you are meant to live, and grab those skills and talents and gifts that you've chose to incarnate into this lifetime with. You have access to them, and it's time for you to hone in on those gifts, and you are able to connect. It's time to really grow. You have what it takes. You have that courage. You have that strength, the discipline, the determination to keep going on this life channel, on this life plane, regardless of what experiences you've been through. So this is very powerful. I love this reading. For those of you who are thinking, wow, Melissa, you may have taken a turn. You're going deep. All of the readings are deep. So definitely look into your other very important signs, moon sign, rising sign, north node as well. All right, let's get messages from your spiritual team. They're giving me the name David. David. Whether it's a name or maybe it's an affidavit. Oh, goodness. Please take it as it resonates. I'm not sure how I feel about this energy, David. I feel like it's just an experience. I'm not going to read to you all of them here. We will take a peek. All right, that could be your name. And I don't feel a good or a bad. I just feel an energy, an experience here. So it may be you. It could be a street. It could be a place. Maybe it's an ascended master. Let's take a look here and see what your messages are. We have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Yes, those of you that have been going through some physical changes and transformations in your outer world and in your inner world, you are replenishing your soul, your healing, which you have showing up here. You're blossoming. It's time to really rest, be held by the universe here. If you felt lonely, isolated, depressed, anxiety ridden, it's time for you to really go inward and feel all of those feelings. Deep replenishment is what you are navigating towards at this time. Birthing a new age, Scorpio, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. This is a very powerful energy. And also, I think it was Libra. You may be on the Libra cusp, or you may have Libra in placements. Libra also received this card. And the way I described it is, it's almost as if this is the 3D dimension that we are currently in, but we are raising our frequencies. We're raising our vibration to connect to this 5D consciousness. And it's right here. It's just a different level. It's like a cloud, right? When we're in that cloud, the density, we can't see out, but there's clouds within clouds here. So I feel like you are raising this frequency. We all are. And you're having this understanding of this. This is something you're starting to feel physically. So you're birthing a new creation. You're dreaming a new world into being, which we've talked about here. We have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations. This is about the divine plan. And you're able to access your divine plan through your higher self. And this is something that may seem strange to you. It may seem foreign, but everything is divinely guided. We do have free will, absolutely. But the experiences that you've chosen to have here on earth were your choice prior to incarnating. And you're realizing that you are the one that created this divine plan for yourselves, and you're opening up, seeding the light. You are shedding light on the things that you weren't able to have access or weren't able to see in the past. So very powerful energy here, Scorpio. We're just going to take a quick look. We have get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. There's the light worker energy as well. We have the age of light. You've been training for lifetimes. You absolutely have. We have starseed, what lights you up. We have mirror, who or what is triggering you. These are questions I really want you to jot down and go deep. Think about, be real, be honest with yourself. Share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. It's time for you to really express who you are. Express yourself on whatever platform that may be for you. It could be a platform. Maybe it's sharing your story, helping out another person. Maybe it's using your voice, writing a book, being an inspirational leader, whatever your calling is. We have Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So yes, like we mentioned earlier, some of you are definitely here to channel and uplift humanity. Others of you may be connecting to the Pleiadians here, which hold that higher frequency, that 7th to 9th frequency level. And we are on this 3D earth, this third and fourth frequency that we're in. The ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. And we talked about that as well. So I hope this resonates, Scorpio. If so, I know it was deep. I hope you're still following along. I hope you're still here. If you like this and you're experiencing this at this time, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I'd love to hear your comments as well. If you do, again, like this channel, if you haven't already, please feel free to hit that subscribe and notification bell so you get the notifications when they come up. And thank you so much for being here, Scorpio. Sending you lots and lots of love and light.